Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so not today, Sunday, but last Sunday, I got to sit down with a coach and go over my stats, and they're not as scary as I thought they'd be. Yay! So let's dive into that. Pardon me while I look at my notes a little bit. So, fat percentage I kind of mentioned in the last video. Still not my favorite number, but here's kind of the breakdown. So it's 31.5% is my body fat percentage. Not necessarily a completely unhealthy range. When I was looking at information, the zone was kind of 21 to 32, so I'm technically in that zone for my age range, but it could be healthier, because what is it saying? It's saying that I have adipose, or, well, that's the Doctor Who version, but we have fat that could cause health complications down the line if it's still there. So again, my weight, 177.1. Then there is my muscle mass, which is 68.1, and that's in the green zone. That's a good zone. So it means I have a lot of muscle. And my fat is 55.8, a little in the red zone, but it's not terrible. So we're just gonna take some of that fat and move it up to the muscle, or make it lean muscle, which is just gonna help with my run and my racing and working out. So what does that mean? Oh my gosh, that means I have been lifting so heavy this week, at least for me. So not like oh, I went from 20 pounds to 50 pounds, but if I was lifting 15, I've now been doing 20, and I can definitely feel the fatigue in a different way. So I think that's good. I've been a little slower in the weight room because the weights are heavier, but I've really just been focused on like form, holding my abs in to kind of give some ab workout while I do that, because that's where most of my fat is on the breakdown. And then been really like taking my cardio down a notch, not like too much, more like instead of 5.5 miles per hour as like my base running pace, I'm going 5 miles, maybe 5.2. So not too much, but just because those weights are so heavy, especially when we do legs, then I get to the treadmill and I'm like, ooh, I feel those legs, yay. Other great news, center starts tomorrow. So I'm going to work out 2 times a day. I practiced this on Friday. I got up early, unintentionally actually, but had a low blood sugar at 3 a.m. and then was just awake. So I decided, why not go to the 5:15 a.m. and see what that feels like. So I got up early, worked out Friday, and then hated everything about that hour, if I'm perfectly honest. It is way too early for people to be awake, and I want to give so many props to the people who were energetic already entering this class, because I felt like I was dead, and there were people singing while running to the songs that were playing, and like, you are amazing. That is not me. I barely spoke to anyone, and not because I don't like you, it's just because I hate the morning. Something about having insomnia and like getting up early, so very, very hard. But here's the fun part about my analysis. So it also shows us a lean body analysis. Ooh, the light is very bad on this. Let's kind of move over just for this. And it shows everything that is there is pretty equal. So you can see there are pounds and there are percentages. And those percentages are based on, like, again, my average for my sex, my age, my weight. And if they're over 100%, it means I'm healthier than what is typical at all of that, which is awesome. Or I have more lean muscle mass than the typical person, my age, sex, and range. And that's really awesome. Also, my metabolism rate is 1,870.8. So if I just sat here on my couch all day, I would burn 1,800 calories, which is crazy. Like, that's amazing. We're just gonna set you back down. So anyways, that's amazing. So 1,800 calories. So when I'm doing a 400 to 600 workout, it kind of means that I don't have to cut my calories as much as I thought. And honestly, I don't count them anyway. I just kind of make meals and make sure there's a lot more veggies than there are starches or carbs, and a decent amount of protein, whether that's a vegetable protein or a meat protein. So I'm gonna just check my notes. So I think kind of our game plan. Again, working on building muscle at Orange Theory. And it's not that I'm not going to do the cardio section there, because I definitely am. I am addicted to cardio. And I also want to use that as getting my mileage in for half marathon training, because that starts at the end of February, about when this kind of all starts wrapping up, which is good. So I may run less miles than my workout plan says. So I think that'll be the next thing we track, is did all of this in this transformation challenge build muscle and like help me run, and then like we'll track my running program up until the half marathon, which will be really fun. Also, the half marathon gets to go through our zoo, so hopefully some of the animals are out that day, because they were last year and it was so much fun. And then with center, because it's usually a more hit-based workout, their typical one. Now, I can't say center 6 if their program is going to be typical, but we'll know tomorrow. So if it's more hit-based, that's going to help lose the fat. So build the muscle with Orange Theory. Use the hit base to convert some of that fat then, or to help that muscle I've built burn fat, because muscle is what burns fat. So, yeah, that's exciting. As always, I want to say before I go, if you're thinking about doing something like this, check in with your doctor first. Make sure you're in conversation with them about what's appropriate, how much is appropriate. Some places will let you chat with a physical therapist, a physical trainer or a trainer, for either a small fee or free, like a consultation, just to make sure you're not overworking or underworking, which is one of my fears going forward. So may also use some of those Orange Theory days for walking or biking, which is a little less intense than running on my body. So consult your doctor. Make sure you're getting enough food and you're eating until you're satiated, until you feel full, and not like necessarily eating just a certain portion. So as you raise your activity, you may need to raise the amount of food you're eating, but you can always do that through fruits, vegetables, and healthy options. And that being said, know that if you're starting that journey kind of with food and looking at it, it's okay. It's okay to eat off your menu, off your diet now and again. I had sushi last night. Definitely had a lot of it. That's a lot of rice. That's higher carb than normal. But I'm back on it today, and that's what matters. So don't deny yourself, because if you do that, you're going to get burnout. And just enjoy yourself in moderation. Don't eat as many pieces of sushi as I ate last night. So anyway, if you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, you want to know something more, leave a comment down below. I'm really excited to start part 2 of this journey with Center tomorrow, and then in 2 more weeks we're going to get our next check-in images and we'll do a comparison. Hopefully by then I'll know how to edit videos better, because I just started. As you'll notice, might be a little edited, and really excited for that aspect of bringing that to the channel. But let me know if there's anything you want to see, anything you need to know. Again, shout out to Coach Katie for taking some time after our shift last Sunday to go over my numbers with me so that I better understood them, so I could tell you. Anyway, have a great day. Hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, hope you're enjoying good weather, because it seems to be pretty good weather all over today. See you next time.